unwrap my microphone in my terrible joint. Got that blackout. What y'all know about that? Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man. Not so fast, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Not so fast. What's going on, YG? Shout out to everybody over there in TikTok, Instagram. Aaron Rodgers officially signed. Let's go lock that in. Let's lock that all the way in, baby. Yes, sir. Aaron Rodgers has put the pen to the ink, but not so fast, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. What do you need to do to be a Pittsburgh Steelers? See, people don't understand the black and yellow. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. I'm gonna dig on in. See, I got cousins in Pittsburgh right now. Maybe they'll jump in here, maybe they won't. But my cousins, they said that we got a bad taste in our mouth because Aaron Rodgers beat us in the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. Mendenhall fumbled in the third quarter. Big Ben, who got it done in Arizona, couldn't get it done in the Dome. We beat ourselves. Aaron Rodgers, we appreciate you, man, for doing the organization, but not so fast, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. What does he need to do to prove himself worthy of the black and yellow? You just can't be cool with Mike Tomlin, Aaron. We know Mike T is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer just like you. But what do you have to do, Aaron, to prove yourself to the real Steelers fans out there? Shout out to all my Pittsburgh fan faithfuls. See, Green Bay and Pittsburgh have great histories. Lots of championships and Super Bowls. But the difference is that one organization always has had the expectation to be great. With the other organization, if they were great, great. If not, they were still going to have a sold-out crowd in teeny tiny Green Bay, Wisconsin. But I belabor the point. Aaron Rodgers, everybody's doing all this talking. Not so fast. Why the Pittsburgh Steelers? Why the long wait? Should we be upset or should we embrace with open arms? The case needs to be seen. I'm going to put it like this, but let's go to the picture-in-picture and look at the breaking news ourselves. Please subscribe at Win with Taibu and join me over on YouTube at Win with Taibu so you can share the screen with me. We can look at the actual characteristics and statistics and get it right. Bam. Aaron Rodgers right there. Breaking news. You already know. I'm doing it right here for all of you. Let's hear it from the news pundits first. Let's talk about the breaking news. Aaron Rodgers, the wait is over. It's good to go. Let's do it.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack, store, and ship.
Anticipating for what feels like months now is finally going to happen. According to the NFL Network insiders, Aaron Rodgers is finally heading to Pittsburgh. Well,
and they got a mock of Aaron Rodgers in a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey smiling. Why is he smiling? Y'all have to understand what I'm saying here. Why is he smiling? Because he's coming to a team with arguably one of the best defensive players in the game. He's guaranteed 2 to 4 more extra opportunities on the field because of TJ Watt and company. He knows he's going to be embraced by guys who are also going to the Hall of Fame on the defensive side. Also, he gets to get caught up in the hype of being a Pittsburgh Steeler. He went from Green Bay to the Jets. No shade on the Jets, but it's not the Pittsburgh Steelers. If he's going to finish his career, why not do it in fabulous fashion with great numbers and possibly a Super Bowl ring? When you hear that sound, write it down. How does Aaron Rodgers get the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Super Bowl? I'll tell you in a minute. Let's listen to the pundits.
Welcome into our NFL Network coverage in the NFL Network newsroom. Steve Wyche, I'm Omar Reese, and one of those insiders, Tom Pelissero, is here. Tom, break it down for us. How did this happen and why now?
Well, you're right, Omar. This is something that the Steelers had been focused on for months. And as much as Aaron Rodgers mulled his options, including retirement, including potential other playing options, It had been apparent for a couple months that if he was going to play, it was going to be in Pittsburgh.
It was apparent if he was going to play anywhere. So the folks that was shouting out New Orleans, for the folks that were shouting out the Minnesota Vikings, trying to get some love on their pages and their platforms, he was never going to play anywhere else if he played but the black and yellow. All right, let's continue.
So what I can tell you today is that Aaron Rodgers now plans to fly on Friday to Pittsburgh, finalize and sign his contract, and be on the field for next week's mandatory minicamp.
Ooh, I'm excited. Let's go. Locking that in. The city of Pittsburgh is about to turn up, baby, because we have more Hall of Famers existing on the field now than any other team. Mike Thomas going to Hall of Fame. TJ Watt's going to the Hall of Fame. Minka Fitzpatrick possibly going to get in for sure too. And now Aaron Rodgers. That's a Hall of Famer on each situation. Our captain on defense going to Hall of Fame. Our quarterback going to Hall of Fame, and our coach. That gives us a really great resume going into this season. I'm not shading anybody else, but the Bengals are one-trick pony. All offense, no defense. And the Baltimore Ravens, they're stuck with the coach that just can't seem to get no fire out of his team when it matters the most in the big games. I mean, how many other clubs would have Lamar Jackson for 7 years and not get a ring? Come on. The Browns. We don't know what we're going to get out of the Browns. Decent defense, but then at the end of the day, they have to put up points. Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, we're not worried about those guys. The rookies, they're rookies. Mike Tomlin has a great record against the rookies. So unless they bring Jameis Winston back into the AFC North, we win that division. All right. Moving on to the rest of the NFL. You know what's out there. The Josh Allens. We got the Justin Herberts. The Chargers is on the uptick. And then we got the AFC South. The Colts, they always give us heck in their building. Maybe if we see them on our turf or, in a neutral site, that we'll have better luck. But I'm telling you right now, it looks like the AFC, since Houston is kind of, it looks like the AFC is top heavy with us at number one. And then you got the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and on down. But not so fast, Aaron. Let's continue.
Now, obviously, the fact that Rodgers is not currently under contract means that he would not have had to show up for minicamp. But by coming in now, it accomplishes a couple of different things. One, it removes all the uncertainty that then would have lingered for the next 5 to 6 weeks before training camp began in Latrobe. The second part is he gets a little bit of time around the facility and the locker room on the field with his teammates, getting to know a bunch of players who he has never met before. He has been throwing out in California with DK Metcalf. We saw some photos of that several weeks ago. He's been in communication with Mike Tomlin and other members of the coaching staff. Now pending the finalizing of what is expected to
leave it to Aaron Rodgers to steal the Shador headlines in the AFC North in the NFL. I mean, don't get me wrong. What happened to the Sanders family wasn't the first time we seen something like that happen in America, but it's tragic every time we see it now that we're all supposed to have a more unified mentality about what it means to live in America and be an American. But leave it to Aaron Rodgers, the king of notoriety in the NFL. I'm talking about on the field and off the field. He's not a good person. We're going to find that out because the Pittsburgh Steelers is an organization that holds their tongue about what's going on with our team. Not just that, but Coach Mike Tomlin is a leader of men. So all that stuff about his personality and whatnot, we know about the Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers bromance. We know what's going on with that. So what's going to happen when Aaron plays for a coach he genuinely likes and respects? But not so fast. Listen to the pundits.
To be a one-year contract, Aaron Rodgers at age 41 is set to play his 21st NFL season in the black and gold.
And he's heading into his 21st season. Steve, your instant reaction.
Well, I mean, look, this is something that we expected. They both sides have been operating for months as if this deal was going to happen. And the fact that Tom and the insiders reported it's happening right before the mandatory minicamp kind of leads you to believe he'll get there. He'll be in meetings. He'll walk through. They've got to change.
So it's right on time. Many of you didn't understand this about this whole ordeal. People were wondering how long would Aaron Rodgers make the Steelers wait. It's right on time. He's the consummate professional. He knew when he had to be there for his teammates to respect him and for him to have the kind of locker room he's going to need to have for a Super Bowl run.
Check out his physical condition to see where he is. But the fact that both sides have been operating like this was going to be happening for so long, you have to wonder, has he gotten film? Has he got some stuff from the...
Now, let me go back to my stream, y'all, to see who's trying to jump in here with me. What? Where are the cousins? If y'all want to jump in here with me, I got the link up there. Hit the link. I'm going to get you into the group discussion. Let me see what my cousins are doing because they're acting up. Okay, I see my man CJ. What's going on, Big C's? You know what I'm saying? Where y'all at? I'm going to hit them like that. Let's go. Just throwing it out there for you. My cousin's supposed to come in here and give me heck about that. My cousins didn't believe Aaron Rodgers was coming. And that I say that because a lot of you got caught up in his mindset and what he's been about the whole time. Now, me personally, I knew he was coming because, again, I knew about the Tomlin A-Rod bromance. For two, the Jets showed Aaron Rodgers the difference between a Pittsburgh Steelers or a Green Bay type organization and everybody else. Unless he's going to go to the Patriots or the Chiefs, possibly, and homegrown him, then there was no way he was going to go anywhere else but to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who really were just really a general at the quarterback position away from Super Bowl. Not so fast, Aaron. Come on, get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. What does Aaron Rodgers need to do to be successful in Pittsburgh? I mean, me personally, I was born in Pittsburgh. I was born in Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh actually was Titletown, USA. As a 75 baby, we had won our second Super Bowl and our first World Series. No other city was lit up in 75 like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So if you think about the history of the organization, 3 coaches. In its history, 3 coaches. All right. I mean, unheard of, right? But the bottom line is this. Aaron Rodgers should bring, as the football version of LeBron James at his age, Aaron Rodgers should bring the kind of professionalism and the kind of thirst for perfectionism and for solidarity and for real unity. I mean, when you play on a championship Super Bowl team and you get the job done, I mean, we need that right now. As far as the quarterbacks that we've had since Big Ben, I want to say that it will be right nice to have a quarterback back there that knows the position. A quarterback back there that can play the position. If you look back at the last couple of seasons, how many games were we not in because we didn't have a quarterback that could throw 2 to 7 touchdown passes a game? Right. So I don't think teams are going to fear him in his diminished capacity, but I think teams have a new respect now for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization and what they're putting on the field as a team because he's there. When you hear that sound right now, we going somewhere today. I want to make sure that I give a shout out to everybody that joined the show tonight. Thank y'all very much. Uh-oh. We got the sports maniac. I'm going to bring on one of my cousins straight out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, I'm in Arlington, Texas right now. Straight out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Bringing in my man, sports maniac. Come on, let's go. And let's make it happen. You're live, son. Talk to us.
Well, I sound so low, son.
I mean, you sound fine. You're good on this end. Let's get it.
I barely hear you.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, but the sound is low.
All right. Let's stop the screen share. Let's look at it.
Shit.
I'm back in there. All right, what's going on now?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. You good to go? You with me? Just make that get his whole thing together. Shout out to everybody out there, man. That's locked in. Aaron Rodgers signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna screen share something else that gets his stuff together. Let's go. We're gonna screen share a little bit more. Getting it right.
I can't see it here. Be like, how am I in the show?
Let's go. Real stuff here, man. Ready for the Q&A? Ready for the Q&A? All right. As the sports maniac gets his stuff ready, I'm a shine here for the Steelers. What you have here, man, is real. Still out. Like I said, I got the blackout towel. We waving it all over the place. We got our quarterback. We got our quarterback. If you got a terrible towel, wave that thing up. Let's go. Let's see it. We got our quarterback. No more speculation. We have our quarterback. Let's go. You already know what it is. Making it happen. It's all good. It's all good. We got our quarterback right here, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Trying to figure this thing out real quick. We got it, man. We're gonna lock it in for sure. Tell my cousins to come back in for the interview. Let's go. All right. We jumping it off in here. So I invited Steelers fans from our Steel Pride family here in Dallas-Fort Worth. We have the DFW Steel Pride family. It's a very tight-knit group. We just had our picnic. I was asking folks for the season prediction with and without Aaron Rodgers. Everybody was saying like 9-8 and stuff like that or worse without Aaron Rodgers. With Aaron Rodgers, I was getting 11, 12, even undefeated season answers. So, I mean, it's possible. Everything's possible. You look at the man, Aaron Rodgers, right here. It says, after months of speculation, Aaron Rodgers has finally made up his mind about the NFL future. He plans to sign the Pittsburgh Steelers and report to mandatory minicamp. Aaron Rodgers, let's go. Not so fast. Not so fast, Aaron Rodgers. There are things that he has to overcome in Pittsburgh beyond just his age. He has to overcome a lot of media attention. Can you imagine, win or loss, the kind of mics that's going to be in this space? Can you imagine the pressure on that young man? Not so young anymore. Talk to us, Killer Kel. What's going to happen if Aaron Rodgers loses the first 3 games?
Oh man, we're gonna boo him out the stadium. What are you talking about? If Aaron Rodgers coming to lose the first 3 games, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. But I mean, if he come in and he gets busy, you know what I'm saying, the fans are still gonna be kind of iffy. But if he come in and lose the first 3 games, man, you might as well pack him up, ship him out, send him, you know what I mean, send him out on a horse. He's gone.
All right. So if he wins the first 3 games,
the first 3 games, the fans will start to come around. The first 3 games, the fans will be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see what we got here. If he gets us to the playoffs, we'll be excited. If he wins the playoff games, we'll be ecstatic. We want the playoff win.
If he wins the first 3 games of this season, have you seen the schedule?
Nah.
Do you know the first 3 teams are?
I think it's Dallas, somebody else, and somebody else. Who's the first 3 games?
Okay. So if he wins the first 3 games, I want y'all to get in here and comment with me. If Aaron Rodgers pulls the first 3 games off, can the Steelers start talking Super Bowl?
If he wins that playoff game, yes. He won that playoff game. He won that playoff game. We talking that issue.
It has to be Super Bowl. Okay. All right. So let's look. I'm gonna pull up the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule so we can all see it. All right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Let's look at the Pittsburgh Steelers first 3 games, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let's look at them. Let's check them out. I'm gonna put them on the screen. All right. Sharing the tab. Everybody can see it. Let's go. All right. Preseason. Jacksonville Jaguars. Aaron, he ain't gonna play in that game. Who we gonna see in that game?
You say Steelers and Jaguars?
That's the first preseason game. Who's gonna play in that game? Which quarterbacks?
Is that going? That's the first game.
It's the first preseason game.
Oh, the preseason. No. They'll let Mason rock that out.
Okay. All right. First regular season game is the Jets in New York.
Now, see, they lining it up for the story. So, you know what I'm saying? You got Aaron Rodgers in a Pittsburgh uniform going to play the Jets, who got our former quarterback in Justin Fields. So, you know what I'm saying? They lined it up for the story for it to be a big opening day game. You know what I'm saying? But I think Aaron Rodgers is ready.
Huge opening day game. Let's be real about this one thing, Killer Kill. If Justin managed to pull out a win, even by a point, if he runs for 200 yards and throws 1 touchdown, and they end up winning like 17-14, what will be the storyline after that game?
The storyline will be Aaron Rodgers comes to Pittsburgh and defeats his old team. Does Pittsburgh actually have a winning quarterback in their franchise?
But if Justin pulls the win out,
if Justin pulls the win out, it's gonna be like, look what you fools did. You know what I'm saying? You got rid of, you know what I'm saying, this youngin', you know what I'm saying, for this old head, and now look at him shining in New York. You could have paid this kid to continue to be your future, but instead you took the older guy, you know what I'm saying, and chose the.
Look, you saying a mouthful. You saying a mouthful. Let me ask you this: do you think the defensive players feel miffed and they'll be a little bit more aggressive in this game, knowing that Justin could stay and he didn't want to be there?
Nah, I mean, I don't think that it'll make them more aggressive or less aggressive. I think the Steelers come out and they play one type of, you know what I'm saying, ball. Like, you know what I mean, they're defensive minded. So regardless of, you know what I'm saying, the situation, circumstance, or who the quarterback is, Steelers is coming to wreck shop regardless of who you are. You know what I mean?
Well, knowing that Justin can't throw the ball down the field, it'll be like, you know how when y'all was in grade school and the kid that really couldn't hit the ball in baseball or softball, everybody kind of walked up.
Yeah. You might see TJ and Herbig and Smith blitz a lot. You know what I mean?
They're gonna be blitz heavy. So let's continue to go through the schedule. After that, we go to Seattle and we play the Seahawks. Who do you see winning that game?
That's great. That's another homecoming for DK Metcalf. So I see. Now this is another story set up. If Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf set up to do some big things, we could, you know what I mean? It could look good. The story could look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They'll be setting it up for a following week story where DK Metcalf comes out and thrashes the Seahawks. You know what I mean? And then Aaron Rodgers will be, he'll have more justification.
So potentially, you do see a 2-0 record going into the season this year.
I would like to see a 2-0 record going into the season.
Okay,
but
what are the challenges? I mean, you the fan interview. What are the challenges to get a 2-0?
The challenges, first of all, is getting the guy on the field. We got to get past that first step. You know what I mean? You seen what happened in New York and the Jets. He took that first step on the field, coming out the tunnel, and Achilles gone. So first step is getting the guy on the field and making sure he could play. Second step is seeing if he could uplift the offense and take the offense to another level. If he can't do that, then we looking like, man, why did we get this dude?
Do you think it'll be a struggle between a prima donna like Aaron Rodgers and our offensive coordinator?
Honestly, the Steelers do things a certain kind of way. So I'm interested to see how the coordinator actually handles Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to give Aaron Rodgers the reins? Is he going to let Aaron Rodgers just do what he want to do? You know what I'm saying? Or is he going to try to, put him in a box and say, yo, we need you to do this, that, and the third in order to make us successful?
Which makes sense because he's an old man and he might think he can do more than what he can. That would be interesting. If you were the offensive coordinator, Killer Kill, how would you play it?
If I was the offensive coordinator, me and Aaron Rodgers have to sit down and come up with the strategy.
He's waffling, folks, but would you give him the keys?
Oh, you have to give him the keys. He's the quarterback, but he can't drive. He can sit in the passenger seat, but he can't drive the car.
Look. I'm just saying. I'm setting my. I love my cousins, but I would shame them too. Don't come on my show and be saying the wild stuff, man. I'll put you out there.
Hey, we love them wild takes, baby. Let's go. We do a wild take, you know what I mean? You give me the wild take, you know what I'm saying? Clip it, you know what I mean?
Let's continue to go through the season. So my cousin said if Aaron Rodgers gets out there, 2 revenge games back to back for new players to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron can beat his old team in the Jets, and DK Metcalf can have a 2,000-yard game against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle and make it spectacular. We are 2-0 right now. Then we are looks like we're at the page. Hold on. No, Seattle comes to us. So it's away at the Jets, Seattle's at home, and then we're away at the Patriots. So New England Patriots have some nice receivers out there. They got Deebo Samuels. I think they got Deebo Samuels for that young boy Drake May. A couple of additions out there. Nice running back.
Who's the coach?
Huh?
Who's the coach in New England?
Your guess is as good as mine.
When?
Okay.
I give us that one only because I'm not a big New England fan. I don't like New England. Haven't liked them for years. So excuse me for being biased. Give us the W on that one.
All right, 3-0. All right. They got the young boy. It looks like we have Minnesota at home in week 4. Looks like. So
Minnesota at home. Minnesota might be a tough one.
Well, Minnesota has that rookie, and Mike Tomlin, he's really, really good against rookie quarterbacks.
Who's that rookie? JJ McCarthy?
Yeah. He was injured all last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough day for him with our defense. But I'm interested to see what our offense does against their defense. If Aaron Rodgers could, because Aaron Rodgers done played against Minnesota pretty much every year in his career. So, he knows, he knows how to work Minnesota. So he should be able to pull that win off. But if not, I could see us, taking that one, and then actually I don't see us losing to them unless we shoot ourselves in the foot.
So this guy's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. He's boots on the ground, if you will, right there in the central. It's happening. All the media is going to be in Pittsburgh at the mini camp. They're going to be going crazy, but not so fast. But he has us going 4-0 to open the season up. And I'm pretty sure if that happens, everybody's going to be screaming Super Bowl in Pittsburgh or bust. The Cleveland Browns, week 6, come to Pittsburgh. What happens when Mr. Myles Garrett and some unknown quarterback at that point? Because by week 6, the Browns probably didn't bench somebody.
Yeah, so here's what happens. Like the Steelers will go 4-0 in the first 4 games, and then the game they supposed to win against Cleveland, they'll lose that game. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll be 4-1
at home.
And that's just how we do.
Either Joe Flacco,
we'll give up that one, and then we'll beat them again later.
The rookies.
It's just how we do.
Okay, 4-1. Let's keep it rolling. The Bengals, where we go to the Queen City. What do you think happens there?
4-2. I feel like Aaron Rodgers goes to Cincinnati and then doesn't show up against Joe Burrow. Doesn't show up enough. Like I think it'll be a gunslinging battle, but I think Joe Burrow might get him.
So Russell Wilson in his first 6 starts went 5-1. You're saying Aaron Rodgers can't get it done against a hapless, hopeless Cincinnati Bengals defense?
He actually possibly could. I mean, their defense does suck, but can he outgun Joe Burrows in that offense is the question. Like, just because their defense sucks don't mean they can't put up numbers. Them boys could put up 36 points, you know what I'm saying, just with their offense alone. So their offense is their defense.
That's a real fan. So possibly 4-2, 5-1, depending on, how Aaron Rodgers, if he can get off against Cincinnati's defense. I mean, we've seen better defenses from Cincinnati in the past years as AFC North and before the AFC Central guys ourselves. But, that makes a lot of sense. So we'll err to the side of caution and go 4-2. Let's continue to roll on through it. Then, on Sunday night, we got Green Bay in Pittsburgh.
Whoa.
The Green Bay Packers come to Acrisure Stadium.
Whoa, that's a big game right there.
The mentor and the mentee. So a very game Jordan Love, right? That's his name?
Right.
A very game Jordan Love will grace the Steel City. And they pushed it to the limit last year with their young team. They were hungry in the playoffs. What do you see happening? We're 4-2. We got Aaron Rodgers' old team coming in town. What do you see happening in that game?
That's a tough prediction. I think that game.
I
think Aaron Rodgers comes out on top in that
game.
There
it is. Aaron Rodgers comes out on top. So we 5-2. He beats the Green Bay Packers at home handily, and it might be a barn burner, but either way, we still get the win. The Colts this year come to our house. The last couple of seasons, the Colts have beat us in Indianapolis. What do you see about that? Jonathan Taylor, they got that young boy quarterback that's huge and just running over people if he doesn't pass it over their heads. What do you see happening in that game?
The Colts,
we're 5-2 now.
Yeah, the Colts. I think we beat the Colts. I think Aaron Rodgers can handle the Colts. I'm not sure about the Colts coaching situation and their quarterback situation and how he's going. Is he going to come back out? Is he going to come back out this year stronger than he was last year, or is they going to fold? So
I believe our defense has enough moxie to make him refuse to come in the game again. We know he's used. Okay, so we're 6-2. All right. In Los Angeles against the Chargers. What do you say about that game? Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. The boys is hungry.
I think we lose that game by 1.
Okay. I respect that.
Because they got what's the running back boy we used to have? Najee. I think Najee gets with Justin Herbert and all their receivers, and they have a field day, you know what I'm saying, and celebrate it.
We're 6-3. We owned the West Coast last year, by the way, fans. But we'll give you 6-3, Kelly. We'll see what's going on with that, man. Next 6-3. as Cincinnati comes to our house? What do you see happening there?
You know, when Cincinnati comes to our house, I see us winning that one. I
Okay.
think we get some get back.
Yeah, 7-3. I respect that. At Chicago Bears.
8-3. I think we knocked them off.
Chirac. Shout out to everybody in Chicago, man. Shout out to the Midwest, man. Shout out to Chicago, man. Beautiful skyline and word up to that WGCI birthday song. If you haven't listened to WGCI, the birthday song, trust me, look it up on iTunes, iHeartRadio. The WGCI gets it cracking. I'm jealous. I always have been. That GCI birthday song is hot. Shout out to all Chicagoans out there. But y'all gonna lose because Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago.
Right.
8-3. Buffalo comes to town. Buffalo in Pittsburgh. Josh Allen against Aaron Rodgers in the Steel City, and the defense is going crazy. What's going to happen? We go into the game 8-3 based on your predictions. What's going to happen?
This is the game that's going to test whether, you know what I'm saying, we could, you know what I mean, really trust Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback. If he beats Josh Allen, we go on to celebrate. If not, we might have a problem. We might not get out of the first round of the playoffs if we can't beat Josh Allen.
So 9-3. We have to win to look at it on the upside. We have to win.
Right.
Okay, 9-3. We beat the Bills. Baltimore. We're at the bank.
I think we give up one of them and then we get it back at home.
Okay.
We split the season. Yeah, we split the season.
9-4. We usually split 9-4. Miami Dolphins come to town. They might not have Tyreek Hill. They got a different quarterback down there now. You know, they brought somebody in, signed somebody now because of the Tua situation. So
the Dolphins come up north.
Yeah.
If the Dolphins come up north to Pittsburgh, then I think we get the win handily. With depending on what time of the year it is, it might be cold.
It's December. It's Monday night in December.
Monday night in December, Miami and Pittsburgh. Guess what? It's gonna be too cold for them. We get that win.
All right. So we at 10-4. Week 11-4. I'm sorry. Week 16. Detroit Lions. We in Detroit in the Dome, Ford Field.
That'll be the one we probably give up. We'll probably end up giving that one up. That'll make us 10-5.
You think Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is on Detroit too.
He has. I think Golf, Sonic, and Tails might be a little bit too much, especially with that receipt. They got some weapons with them. I don't know. And they got a coach that reminds me of Bill Cowher. So they just as defensive minded as we are. So that's going to be a dogfight.
See, here's the thing. The film went out thanks to Jaden Daniels and the Washington Redskins on how to beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels got legs, though.
That for one. For two, I just think in these NFC North matchups that we'll see, I just think Aaron Rodgers at this point in the season, he's gotten comfortable. He knows what he has. He's in a rhythm. If we're at 11-4 right now, I just think that, you know what I'm saying, he sees these different jerseys that he's seen throughout his whole career, and he's just lighting them up. That's what I say. But we'll go with you. We'll go with 11-5. Why not?
Just to be optimistic.
The Cleveland Browns, we're in Cleveland now.
Now we in Cleveland. We get that get back. You know what I mean? Okay, if they get the first one, then we
12-5. Okay. Yeah. And then Baltimore, that's the one we split. So we 13-5.
That'll have us rolling into the end of the season, into the playoffs on high hopes. You know what I mean? That'll have the fans hype. That'll have the whole everybody be geeked if we roll 13-5, get that Baltimore win. We won
12-5. I'm a game off. We 12-5. We were on there to so 12-5 the season. My man right here. Let's go lock that in. You heard it here, man, from one of the most realest Steelers fans there is, man. Killer Kale, man, here in Pittsburgh, man. How's the weather in Pittsburgh right now? Give us some shout outs.
The weather's pretty crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? It's looking ugly. It's raining, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to my man, Cousin Bray, you know what I'm saying? My man, Big Fred, JR, the whole fam, you know what I'm saying?
We got more cousins. Shout out to cousin Shemaya, cousin Reese, who's down here and probably watching this show from that spot. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to cousin Reese. We got a ton of cousins, man. Love them. Cousin Nikki down in Houston. I'm gonna be down and holler at y'all. You have a great Stiller bar here in Houston, cousin Nikki. We're gonna go over there and check them out. We're gonna get down there and mess with you, for sure. Plenty of cousins, man. Cousin Kelvin down there in Jacksonville, Florida, selling them cars. Mr. Deals. Appreciate cousin Kel for the wisdom and knowledge he dropped on me. I'm definitely jumping with a new dealership this Saturday, man. I'm gonna be starting with the Holly Group, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, man, we appreciate you for jumping in here, man, and giving us your honest opinion. Aaron Rodgers, yes or no? Is he going to be a successful project for us or not?
It's yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen.
This is what sports can. You gotta give us an answer. Yes, you gotta make a predictions all about.
I'm not making a prediction. It's yet to be seen. How am I gonna make a prediction on something I don't know? You know what I mean? Like I hope. Right. I hope Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so
Aaron Rodgers gives us.
We have a hope. Yes, we have a hope.
You know what I mean? I can't call it.
All right. Okay. And if Aaron Rodgers skids into the season, let's say we give him 4 or 5 games and he's bombing out, how early will we see Mason Rudolph or the young boy?
You mean if Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it through like the first 4 or 5 games?
I mean, these are winnable. To hear you talk the winnable games. If he goes 1-3 the first couple games, how much time do we give him before we put the young boy in or Mason Rudolph in?
No, and the Steelers, they won't. They will listen. When the Steelers pick somebody, normally they go with them. Last year was kind of an experiment, you know what I'm saying, with the 2 quarterbacks and Justin and Russ. But normally once they give you the job and the job is yours, I mean, it's yours to lose till like the end of the season. So if he goes 1-3, it'll be our bust season, and they'll be looking to pick a draft class.
Oh, the conspiracy's in.
Yeah, we got to.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a real fan. The conspiracy's in. He's saying that they skipped on Shador and picked up Aaron Rodgers in a conspiracy so that he bombs out this year, helps us bomb out this year, but make it look good. But we bomb out this year so we can get the Manning boy next season. Wow.
You said it. That was a conspiracy.
That was a bombshell right there. For all of you that think the NFL and Professor Sports is fixed, my man right here, hit him up. What's your social media page, bro?
Meyer the Maniac on IG.
Meyer the Maniac on IG, man. Hit him up. You already know what it is. Shout out, man. I'm going to let you go real quick, man. We'll chop it up. My cousin, y'all, Byron Wright, man, a.k.a. Killer Kel. Let's do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Going crazy, man. We going crazy. I want to make sure that y'all understand what's going on out here. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to catch y'all all next time on the next show. Tomorrow night, 8:30, be there. Let's get it. Ending the stream now.